this was a dream I had at an early stage in my life, or if I was ever in such a place. But I felt like I was floating, weightless, high as a kite, everything white, bright, and blank. Yet, I had everything I needed. I felt warm and cozy. Laughter and joy surrounded me. It was complete bliss, really. I was free, yet not alone. Something out of that realm must have caught my attention, because all of a sudden I felt a gravitational pull. And though I didn't want to go, it was too late. I had already started sliding away from probably just the thought alone. The laughter had turned into disappointment, and it was like I was sliding on ice, downhill, and my momentum got carried away. I was falling against my own will, and there was nothing that could stop me from living in the flesh. Hi, my name's... For a long time now, I've been interested in film production. Since I was a little kid, I had wanted to be a part of the film industry. I just wasn't aware of it. Though I did play with video at an early age, it was brief. I had too much of a short extension plan. That's not what I meant. I had too much of a short attention span to stick with anything. Anyways, I guess I'll take you back to the beginning, so you can get a better understanding of what's happening here. I'm trying to complete a film I started almost a year ago, and though it was supposed to be my first featured film, it's ended up being much more than that. But before I get into the details though, I need to do so in a more comfortable environment. I'll start my story at the motel where it's safe, and continue with other parts of the story in open environments where we can breathe and get some fresh air. Death has more often fascinated me. I think that I've thought about it enough now that it doesn't scare me. It invites me, rather. Not that I have a death wish, but I think that in death, we may just learn some of the most valuable of lessons. Some people say that things just go black. Others that have actually experienced near death tell stories of rising towards a bright and fuzzy light. Are we only mechanical beings once perished, done? Or are we much more than that? See, I have to believe we are much more than that. I like to think that we are all free spirits with the potential to do anything, and living here may have once been a choice, but can also be the place where we can easily get stuck. I think we all come here to be happy, and forget that what we thought would make us happy was to just live physically. Touch, hear, see, and smell. I spent a lot of time thinking about how I couldn't get any work, how I was in debt up to my eyeballs, and how even with the economy being the way it is, I had, regardless, picked a very hard field to get into, to begin with. But I thought, fuck it. I'm, going to make a movie one way or another, and a plan had finally come to me. Now, this wasn't a great idea, but it was something available to me if I was to choose to take it. This was something that fit my budget perfectly. Anyway, I'm sick. I first realized this when I thought about strangling this girl from the record store.
Can I help you with something? I don't know, I don't really organize the stuff around here. I just take the money. Just gonna stand there and stare at me? You know, shit to do. You look fucked up.
She was the last straw. Anyway, the one that flipped my switch. So, I thought at the time, if I just got it out of my system right away, she'd be enough. I set up for the first time for production at her house. While I set up, I couldn't help but to think of another very specific person for another featured role in my movie. This guy, right here. Anyway, back to my thirsty. I put one camera across the street for an establishing shot, and another on the far right-hand side of the porch. I didn't have to wait long, and when she got there, I did exactly what I had imagined. Here is where the other camera comes into play. When I was done, I just sat there, looking at her. I thought, how nice and innocent she looks. Only now that her brain isn't in charge of functioning her face. So, I don't want to talk about the music girl anymore, cause it was childish. I guess with everything else I just must be melting down. I really just picked her conveniently out of a million other people that act just like her. Rude and desensitized. I guess I could have just smacked her, but then I probably would have been charged with assault and battery. So, basically I work for room and board at the motel. And I sling pizzas for 3 hours a night in town for 3 to 4 days a week. I've got an alright thing going on, but it's hard to stay truly happy unless I'm doing exactly what I want. Fixing shit and driving just don't cut it. I always think that I'm the type of person who would think things through before they react. Maybe I do a bit too much thinking, perhaps. I should probably try and balance that one out, I guess. As I go along with production, I get a head start on all my post-production work by capturing my footage right away. And even some assembling and cutting goes on. So I guess you could say I mess with it all except for fine-tuning like color correction, effects, and oh, and titles and credits, of course. Though I start on everything right away, this is probably the slowest way to make a movie. But only because I don't have the Hollywood assembly line or the film crew to go with it. Pre-production only came with an initial thought. Production, because of that, has been taking forever. I'm a pretty easygoing person, so it's hard for me to become annoyed with anything. Having a cheap tripod, though, can be hard. If I could have anything right now, it'd be a fluid head tripod. I just do what I can, though, with what I have, and try and look at things in a new light. Kinda like a body shifting in bed to a more comfortable position. Well, my brain shifts in its skull. A new fluid head tripod would be nice. So the college student jogged a lot. I mean a lot. I only thought it'd probably be appropriate to greet him as something that he was used to. I felt he was another I'd have to teach a lesson to. You see, his ego was so big, it'd taken his good soul for hostage at gunpoint. It was like, shut your mouth. I'm taking over. I guess in all reality, my ego wanted to meet his ego. Since he was in really good shape, and I don't work out or anything, I thought I'd bring something extra to weaken him up a bit.
What are you... No, what are you doing? What are you doing?
Now, I know this looks bad, and he truly just looked innocent just then. He wasn't. This guy was an asshole. I spend most of my spare time sleeping and editing in the office. Living on the outskirts of town doesn't really make things any easier either. What I've always wanted to do was shoot an action movie with great chase scenes in it, like Point Break, a horror film, or a comedy. Maybe even a coming-of-age film or a love story. I have a ton of ideas, but I guess I was just searching for something I could get my hands on. I've racked my brain trying to come up with something that doesn't involve high-speed chases, elaborate shootouts, and great locations. All which would end up costing me a lot of money. A lot of money I don't have. I was going to do my interview in the park, with the same mountains in the background as I have here, talking about my next scene when I was rudely interrupted by this weird bump. I had another guy lined up to test out my new firearm. When this happened. Okay, am I good? Hey, perfect. Alright, good. I'm walking the tree. Okay, so, I finally got my new firearm. There's a bomb or someone walking into your frame. What? He's in the shop? And he's just gonna stand there. Weird. Hey, you're in my shot. So, can you move over? What's this guy's problem? Wanna move over? I said get the fuck out of my shot. Yeah, let's move over. Good idea. Can we keep that same composition fairly quickly? Yeah, pretty close. Good. He's getting in the shot again. Are you kidding me? Can we still roll? Look. Fuck. Well, I guess it could be cool. But fuck. Hey, what's your problem? Alright dude, I gotta go. Sorry man. I'll give you a call tomorrow. After this incident, I decided to just make a note on my new talent, and without delay, move along with Operation New Firearm. Back there. Well, you're the disease, and I'm the cure. Cobra. 1980... something. Alright, so... ever seen RoboCop? Good movie. Anyhow, since I just got my firearm, I thought I'd just unload. For the molester, I decided to just set up an establishing shot and take a handheld. I'd have to aim the camera on me after the fact he was already dead to get inserts of me actually pointing the gun. So, all in all, I fired off quite a few shots. After I finished there, I made a dash to the park. I thought, shit, if anyone's up at all, they'll probably be checking out the shooting. Now would be the perfect time to catch up with my newest talent and get 2 scenes shot in one night. The whole time I was doing this, I was thinking to myself, things couldn't be going any better. Right now, people are actually just dying to be in my film. Shit. That's why you're in this predicament. You don't do anything you're told. I said wake up. Asshole.
Two homicides have been reported. First, a shooting took place last night just before the big storm, involving what police say to be a single gunman. The suspect is said to have shot and killed a convicted child molester in the driveway of his own home over 10 times. Police say they are following procedure, but are definitely moving ahead with details of the convicted felon's past crimes and convictions, looking for anyone who may have a motive. Reports indicate that not even an hour later in Park, an unidentified homeless person was stabbed over 28 times. Though they're not giving any more details, they did say that though the murder weapons of the two previous separate crimes do not match up, the cases could be related due to their heinous similarities.
I've never really buried a body before. I just really liked Christine. She was just nice. I felt kind of bad and decided if I'm wrong about the whole thing, I'd better at least give her a proper burial. She was another I did with mostly one camera, till we got to the motel room, but it was there I managed to rig up one extra one on the bedpost of room number 4, 'cause she thought she was getting paid extra for it. I was on my way home, or I guess to my car, when I ran into her. Her name was Christine. I had an assumption right away, but I'm a firm believer in assumptions being a form of illusion. Don't trust an assumption right away, though they're oftentimes correct.
Hey, cutie. Have the time.
It's, midnight?
Suck your dick.
Well, I suppose you could. Let's get a shoot. A few shots first. Okay. Go to the car. That was awesome. Let's do it one more time, okay? Ready? Go. Perfect. So, how long you been doing this? You know, you're very attractive. You should try and model or something.
Okay.
Ready to get down to business? You take direction very well. Have you ever tried acting before?
No.
You know, you don't have to be nervous. Okay. Take the blindfold off. She tasted sweet. And I guess I was in shock, 'cause I didn't think her head would split like that. And the cleanup job was way more than I had anticipated. The lawyer was random, kinda like the hooker, or Christine. He sorta just popped up on radar, and I picked this location. I picked this location because it was a less traveled area. I thought if I caught anything at all, it'd be a bum or something, or a bunny. But I caught a dirty lawyer instead. Mainly what I was after was a train. I just always wanted to film one passing by. I had to come back for that later, of course, and it took me a long time to figure out that they only came maybe twice a day, 2 times a week. This guy donated a good sum of money, enough to buy some more tapes, and you know, what have you, the necessities. So, what are some of my pet peeves? Well, there's probably a lot of them. Where do I want to start, or which ones do I want to tell? People who don't tip. Look, if you're getting an extra service on top of what you're already paying for, tip them. Otherwise, don't dine out, cook it and serve it yourself. Don't have a pizza delivered right to your door, get up off your lazy ass and come pick it up. Drivers drive in the traffic you don't want to, waste their gas to get there, and then sometimes for nothing. A couple of bucks is better than nothing, and it's less money than if you were to come pick it up yourself. Okay, then driving, I guess. What ticks me off when I'm driving is ignorant drivers. You know, the ones I'm talking about. The ones that can't relax. They drive on your ass, even though there are several cars right in front of you. Even if you wanted to speed up for these cocksuckers, you can't. They honk their horns when all they need to do is open their eyes and look a little bit further than the car directly in front of them. Rude people in general. Have some common courtesy. That brings me to people who don't have the maturity to realize they don't have to prove themselves to everyone. Relax. Breathe. Do what you like. As long as you're not hurting anybody else, things should be gravy. Racists. Give me a break. We aren't living in caves anymore. This is 2010. Do some research. Look up climatation and pigmentation. We're all made up of the same. Whatever. Just be nice. Be nice, people. Last, because I'm tired of it, loud people. Shut the fuck up and listen already. You just might learn something. So, I'd rather talk about the good things, like bare feet, the grass between my toes, the cold river, The smell of the desert, blankets, fires, ice, the stars, cool breezes, calm nights, cute little puppies, kikis, animals in general, mammals, intermissions.
You never know. All my life is just despair. I don't care when he takes me in his
Is there something on your mind?
Not anymore. Yeah. I only once got to work with a real actress. And she was hopefully a bad example. She was good and attractive, but it's just that by the time we were through with the shoot, I'd become very annoyed with her. Just from her personality alone. I was driving her home when I kicked her out of the car going about 45 miles an hour.
What are you doing?
Kicking you out. I was going to give a full interview about this incident, but I had only just got the cameras rolling when she snuck up on me and nearly broke my arm. I thought she was dead. Oh, you gonna die? I decided to just leave her ground level in some sage. I'll probably come back up later in a few weeks or so and check her out for snits and jiggles. I don't know if I mentioned this, but I actually have a degree in film production. Why? I don't know. Maybe I thought it would be easier to get a job in the field. But having a degree, though, in this line of work hardly means anything. It's who you know and how much talent you have. And I just don't know jack. If I did, I'm almost certain he'd give me a job. I've said everything I've wanted to say, and everything has led me up to this night. This last night of production, and I keep thinking, what have I been doing? What have I been focusing on? I could have put my energy into anything to get the results I desired, and I'm making a shitty movie. A movie that's never going to get done, or it be, at best, mediocre. Shit, she's here. First act, take one.
A BSU student was found in the river today after he was reported missing earlier this week. A farmer spotted his floating in the river just south of the Boise. Police say the condition of the body indicates that it has been in the water since his disappearance 3 weeks ago. On the missing person, Sara Atkins is said to still be missing. If anyone has any information, they're asked to please contact local authorities immediately.
RoboCop? Well, what are you waiting for? Hey, you missed me!